Hey guys, what's up? Nathan here from the Worship Journal Guitarist Edition and Worship Calling. It's a Tone Master Tuesday, so I'm actually going to jump back into the Orban Loudness Meter. We're going to kind of look at it for a second round. So let's jump over. Let's pull up Orban. All right. So now you can see it on the screen. Now, Orban, this loudness meter has a ton of different meters in it, right? It's used for, you know, broadcasting, for, maybe even mastering tracks, level setting tracks across, an album. There's a ton of different things you can do. CBS is kind of the old version of loudness metering until the new LUFS was developed. So there's these older meters. The momentary, this is using the new standard. The ITU is using the new standard, but it's momentary. It's like right at that second, right at that moment, how loud was the perceived sound. So what I look at, this short-term and integrated, it's a little more of an average, but what I really focus on, the meter I focus on, is the VU, which is the volume units. So this is a slower average. I think it's like 300 milliseconds. You can probably go into settings and change that, but it's more of a broad loudness average, right? So it's not that instant, how loud is it right at that second. It's an average over a time span. So what I'll do is I'll get my preset. And you'll see, I'm hovering right around here. And then, let's kick on my first drive. You'll see there's just a small little bump there. It's just a little bit more. So then I'll go to my second stage. And again, just a little bit more. And so I use that also to kind of keep my stages of gain, one up even, right? So it's not just this huge jump in those gains at each stage. That kind of, each one is just kind of incremental, just a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. So another thing I would like to point out too is when you're looking at a preset, not even looking at from one preset to the next, but looking at just a single preset, you kind of got your gains staged where you get a little incremental climb there, not much, but just a little bit. Also make sure you look at things like your delays, especially like ambient reverbs. Like I'm just going to kick my ambient all the way on. I'm in that parallel path, and this is with none of my gain on, none of my distortion or overdrives, right? This is just the clean. And you can see how loud that is perceived because there's just so much more there, right? So take those things into consideration. Now, obviously, I'm not going to be like playing heavy with my ambient that high, so I'm aware of that. But I know that now, right? I look at the meters, I can see each effect, how it's going to affect my perceived loudness, and make sure there's not some, rogue delay or something that's bringing this huge boost in my perceived loudness. I can kind of get a lay of the land of that preset, every effect that I have in it, every option that I use, make sure everything's kind of good. My gains are staged the way I want them. and then I can go and set my levels based off of that preset. Make sure the next preset I go to is in that same range, right? That there's nothing, just huge jumps. But yeah, volume units is what I look at. I feel like that's the best meter. A VU meter, I believe, is the best meter to use to level set presets from one preset to the next, as well as building out your gain staging, everything within the preset itself. So kind of a short video today. Just kind of wanted to have a little bit of a follow up from the my previous video on using this loudness meter. So I just wanted to go a little bit deeper. I probably should have done that in the first one, but I didn't. So we'll have round 2, and here it is. So with that, hopefully you find that useful. Use these tools. I think it just makes life easier than having to go at, live volume levels to, level set your presets, and everybody else in the band is getting annoyed because you're over there turning dials, when you can kind of get everything set beforehand, and you should be in good shape going into any kind of performance. So with that, make every strum count. I'll see you guys next time.